All right, it's episode 13 of Survival of the Fitted. We're recording this on a Monday morning, and today was Joe's first day of school. I know most of y'all probably on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, listening to this, so you can't see, but you should pop on YouTube. If you've never watched the podcast on YouTube, today is the day. Joe's got his first day of school. Fit on. Joe, what went into picking? Well, first describe the fit to us, like quick, like 20 seconds or less. Describe the fit to us and tell us what went into picking it. Did you lay it out on your bed? Like, anyone say anything on campus today? Like,
no, nobody said anything on campus because everybody on campus, low-key a hater. You know, I don't like the energy, but hey, it's my first day back, 17 months in the making. How'd it come correct? If we're talking about the inspiration, this right here, this is Michael Jackson. That's the only way I can describe it. It's Michael Jackson, King of Pop, baby. No, but I really wanted to channel my inner Hawaiian vibes, you know, because I just came back from Hawaii.
My God.
Joe Williams is still in Hawaii. Who came back? The new nickname alert, Mahalo Papi. That's who came back. Mahalo Papi came back with the glasses, with the chrome. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a superstar now, so that's what this ensemble is.
Wait, forget this. I know we wrote a script for what we were going to talk about today, but I want to throw it out. So guys, if you listened last week, you know that Joe went to Hawaii for his birthday. Joe went to Chrome Hearts Hawaii and Louis Vuitton Hawaii. Fuck the script we have. Tell us about your experience at Chrome Hearts Hawaii, Joe.
Chrome Hearts in Honolulu. It's pretty cool. You don't have to wait to get in, which is cool, but it's very like, you have to get ushered in. You have to be followed by somebody every single second. If you take 2 steps forward, somebody behind you takes 2 steps forward. I don't know if they think that you're going to like run off with like a duffel bag, even though there's like a 7-foot security guard like sitting in the front of the store or whatever, and everything is so expensive. But yeah, that was cool. I bought an earring just because I felt like that would justify like the usage rate. If I put something in, like if I pierce myself with their jewelry, then price is justified. Louis Vuitton on the other hand was super lame. Like that was super lame. Like you have to stand out. It's like getting in a club. Like you have to stand outside. All right, 2 at a time. Or do you have an appointment? Like, dude, I'm just gonna go look at some glasses. Like it's not that serious. But it's pretty cool.
Damn, you wait in the line when you go to the club?
I don't go to the club, you know. Me and JJ Redick, we just walk straight past everybody waiting on the wall.
Oh yeah,
We just walk straight through, and that's just how it works. That's how it goes. I'm
buy
Joe, and they're like, go ahead, do your thing.
Did you buy anything at Louis, or was the customer service not up to par?
No, Louis Vuitton was the same thing. So they have like someone walk with you and all that stuff, and it's super lame. Also went to Dior because they're like all like back to back to back. That was also incredibly lame. I just kind of realized that like high fashion really isn't my thing, you know. Only one of us can own a pair of Dior sneakers, and it's the guy on the other side of the screen. But but yeah, pretty cool though.
Damn, wait, hold up. When you say they like followed you around, do you mean like it was a person like trying to like, you know, like the person that's like trying to help you shop, or it was just someone that was like following you around not saying anything?
No, following you around, not saying a single word, to the point where it was so awkward that I'm asking like stupid questions that I don't know the answer to. Like, is this real leather? Is this real wood? Like, just because it's so like awkward that you're standing right behind me, I'm like, is this pure oxygen in this? The room is pretty good. Like, it's some stupid questions. It's just so awkward.
Pure
dude.
oxygen.
Oxygen
well,
in these vents? Goodness gracious.
I like your Chrome Hearts earring.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Mahalo Papi.
So today's guest is Rodney McLeod, who's a football player for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. LeagueFits has ventured into football. First football guest. And football fashion is, you know, I think they're following in suit. I think the NBA obviously started this whole thing, but they're starting to follow in suit, which makes sense because if you only play 16 games a year, you can spend a lot of money on your outfits. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, money doesn't buy swag, blah, 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 blah. But you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we talked to Rodney McLeod about clothes, fashion, and Daniel Jones tripping after running 80 yards. So #sports. Tap into this interview. Peace.
Let's get it.
Yo, Go follow Survival of the Fitted wherever you get your podcasts. And then have 3 of your friends follow the podcast. And then have 3 of their friends follow the podcast. And then boom, it's the LeagueFits pyramid. What's up? We're out here with Rodney McLeod from the Philadelphia Eagles, the first football player ever to be on the LeagueFits podcast. How's it feel? How are you doing today?
Man, I feel honored, special, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's only right that you got one of the most fashionable football players on the podcast. But appreciate you having me, fellas.
History in the making, man. Talk your talk. Okay, so this is the LeagueFits podcast. So let's first cover the basketball aspect of things. What's your background like in the hoop culture? I know you grew up in the DMV area, so
yes, sir.
You're a Wizards fan. So, like, what's going on in the hoop culture?
Man, actually, I grew up a Lakers fan. Big fan of Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, man. But one of the all-time greats. Just love the way he approached the game, his mindset, and I just gravitated towards them, man. And after he retired, I just stayed a Lakers fan. But yeah, man, being in the DMV, shoot, I mean, we got one of the best to pick up a basketball, you know, from PG County, my hood, Kevin Durant, you know it. So, you know, you wear that PG County, man, with a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? It's something proud that I'm able to speak on and tell people that I'm from. But yeah, played a little bit of ball at DeMatha. Went to high school there, freshman, JV year. But the best of the best go there for every sports. And I said, man, I don't know if varsity is going to be for me. I'm not really trying to be on the bench too much, just getting practice reps. So I'm going to take my talent somewhere else.
Wait, before we get into the fashion stuff, were you, I can't do the math right now, but did you and Akil Carr's like eras line up at all?
No. So Victor Oladipo, he's a year under me. Quinn Cook, he was, when I was a senior, he was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of general. A lot of the Grant brothers went to DeMatha as well. But yeah, a lot of guys out there, man.
Or that's what's up. So, you know, cycling into fashion, when did that really become an interest for you? And then like, when did you start to become interested in fashion? And then when did you start taking it real serious?
I think I always just had an interest for fashion in high school. Really just, you know, being from the area, man, go-go is a very, part of our culture, right? It's something that I did frequently, attended. And so, you know, when you go to those sorts of events, you know, you got to dress fly. You want to be in the booth taking the pictures and everything. And so the group of friends I hung around, man, we just always stayed in the latest. But it was something that I noticed and was very like passionate about was the fact that we had our own brands, like staple brands locally. So you're talking like Shooters, All Days, Bonadachi, like those sorts of brands that were very DC specific. And if you went anywhere, like, you know, you came to Philly or New York, people took notice and applied the brand, associated the brand with the city. So that was kind of my first introduction, I would say. When I got into the league, that's when I really started to, you know, play around with my style a little bit. Of course, I had a little bit more money in my pocket, so I was able to do a little bit more. But I've never been a guy who was big on all the designer wear. It's more, all right, I'm just able to put pieces together. I just got a good sense of style, and I think that's what really makes true fashion. It's not necessarily the brand or the designer, but it's all about placement and the style. And fashion, man, is a way to express yourself. And so I love it because it makes me feel good. It brings on a sense of confidence. And I take pride in whether I'm going to the grocery store or whether, you know what I'm saying, I'm walking down for the biggest game of my life, you know, Super Bowl or a Monday night versus the Cowboys, man. I'm gonna come, you know what I'm saying, ready, dressed, and impressed.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Grocery store fits are very underrated and also very important. I just heard
Yeah, man.
Kanye. Yeah, like I can't even go to the grocery store. Yeah, that's hard. No, but you
But
talk
like
about
it's hard when now you have the eyes on you, such
Mhm.
as a guy like Kanye, like you can't get caught slipping. Like the minute you step outside
Can't
your
miss.
house, the eyes and the cameras are on. So you can't miss, man. You can't miss.
Yeah, me and Joe, we relate to that a lot. Like every time I step out my house, like I have to have something on because they're like, oh shit, it's Ian and Joe, the podcast host, and it's exhausting. So,
Cameras always on us, dude. Yeah,
we
man.
You gotta
understand.
talk your shit. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just
They
wait. Hold
know.
on. Yeah. I wanted to dial it back a little bit. I know you talked about living in DC. What kind of trends do you think like you guys like set in DC? I know they take a lot of pride in like what they wear out there.
Man, I know growing like Nike boots, we really put those on the map. I feel like North
Mm.
Face, um, what like 3M wear, like all of that type of stuff, man. Foam posits were big. I think like those things, like you knew a DC or Maryland dude just by those items. Like, dang, like he got the face with the Nike boots. Oh yeah, he from the city.
Mhm.
Um, Spyder jackets, like yeah, man. I think we were just really big on those. Just really being the trendsetters in a sense. And like I said, I think most people identify, uh, a guy like myself by wearing those brands or that type of having that type of style.
Man, you get
That's
to
that
play in
Wale.
DC. That Wale flow.
Wale,
You play
yeah,
in
heavy.
you play in DC every year. All these things you just listed, the game when you go to DC, you should just rock it all out. Like the Nike with everything. Like just go super old school
bring
with
it
it.
up, bring
Yeah.
it back. Yeah, those are the essentials right there. Call them the DC essentials.
Tough.
Okay, so if you can include yourself in this list, but if you had to say some football players you feel like are paving the way, because I know there's a lot of stylish guys in the league. You can put yourself on
Yeah.
the list, but just name a few that you feel like are paving the way.
Well, I got to give another guy out my area some props who's man been doing this thing for a minute. My boy Stephon Diggs. I
Killer.
feel like he's man, he comes to play. You know what I'm saying? Every single week, no days off for him. Whether it's a work outfit in the summer or what I'm saying, it's Sunday afternoons. But I really feel like people have been paying a lot of attention to his style. An OG in the game, Tyrod Taylor. I feel like he's been doing it for a minute. Probably the most consistent guy I've seen when it comes to style, and he stays true to himself. I feel like, which I like most about him. He doesn't try to reach. He stays into his comfortability. DeAndre Hopkins, that's a more edgier guy. He kind of tries a lot of different variations of styles, man, and I like it. It just shows, his level of confidence. OBJ, Odell, man. I think he's like the modern day, like our Mike in a sense, or Dion, right? Like my man's got his own cliques and everything. And that's hard to do. When you start having your own cliques out there and Nike's taking notice, then you really changing the game.
That's some basketball shit, man. Like having your own like cleat sneaker. Like I always said, like if there was a player and like I didn't know what sport they played, but like chopped it up with them or saw how they dressed, and I'd assume they were like a hooper, Odell would be that guy, like personality wise and style wise.
I kind of feel like, and I think I've seen someone say this before too. He's kind of like, he has like that like Allen Iverson type tag on him. Like even though they're two different sports, he like the way that he like sets trends and stuff. Like even with the hair thing, AI with the braids, like he definitely has like that AI tag on him.
Yeah, man. I think he's really taking the game to a whole nother level. And Cam Newton, I think he's another OG. And now you see him having ties to different hat brands and all. So those are a few that I would say are trendsetters and kind of changing the evolution of style when you think about, football players and kind of paving the way for us.
Shout out Jamal Adams too, man. I feel like he's swag too. Yeah, I gotta put him on that list too.
Yeah. Jamal Adams, solid. He says a
you
little
said,
bit
wait, you said, yeah. You said, yeah.
He's solid. He's not in my, not in my top 5, but he's solid though.
That's cool. So is there like a because dude, even like 10 years ago, there were no athletes at like Paris Fashion Week. You know what I mean? They weren't getting invited to shows. Like you brought up how like Cam is getting sponsored by these big hat brands and things like that. And I'm not talking like new era, but like designer things. Like what athlete like sticks out to you as kind of like paving the way for like athletes in general to become these like fashion icons that people look up to?
Man, Odell. Yeah, I just think about the influence he had ever since he caught the one-handed grab. But how many people transformed their hair, right? And went blonde and got the mohawk and wanted to really embody him. Man, I think he took it to a whole nother level that we haven't seen in a while. At least on the football field. And so I think, man, he's super iconic. Not only from what he does on the field, but then also in the fashion game. I feel like he's been spotted all around himself. Another bigger dude, man, that I feel like has opened the doors for larger guys around the league, Von Miller. I think he's super stylish. I like what he does. But yeah, man, I think, when I think of somebody, I think of Odell for sure. I think he's got the master key right now.
Yeah, I hear that. So I was scrolling through your Instagram and you actually brought this up when you were talking about digs, but you got like a lot of the workout fit pics. And I read this study that said like if you're like listening to like music while you work out, like you actually improve your performance by like 6%. Do you think that's true? Like also if you're wearing a fit when you work out, like do you perform a little bit better?
You and your damn studies.
It's true, bro. I saw it on Twitter.
I haven't heard the 6%.
No, it's a music thing. Like if you have music in while you're lifting weights, like it was a study, like you lift like 6% more or something like that. But
damn.
I feel like wearing a cool fit when you work out, because you do it, so you would know. Yeah. Like, do you work out a little bit better when you're like dripped out a little bit?
I think so. It's definitely a different feeling or sense that you have, like when you step out your car, or like even when you putting out the fit, like, oh yeah, like I feel good, I look good today. Like we're gonna do numbers. Like the drills, like you just got a couple more reps into you every single drill, I feel like. And don't let the photographers be out there, the videographers, then you really in your bag. But nah, man, I think it just all goes down to, Deion's mantra, man. You look good, you feel good, you play good. And I think that's just a representation of that. Guys, man, are enjoying being stylish as they work out, but also committing that time and work into their craft. And then, you see it carry over on Sundays too. Sundays, I'm a little more simpler. I kind of just got my arm sleeve, couple bands here and there, and I'm pretty much like good to go. Maybe a color mouthpiece, but that's it. And I rock out. Some dudes, 2 towels here, wristband there, this, that. I'm like, bro, all right.
Dude, football in-game accessories are the best. I think that's the one thing that, like, I mean, basketball has the sneakers, but like football players can get so creative with the visors, the different band. Like, I love that.
Yeah. You definitely got to keep a nice color visor for practice.
So how important are like actual on-court or on-field accessories? Like that shit doesn't really help though, right? Let's be real. Like the hand warmers maybe, but the towel, come on, dude. Like what are you doing?
But it's all about confidence, bro. That's what it's all about. Like for me, I wouldn't feel like myself if I went out there without my arm sleeve. Like I literally called my wife. I left my arm sleeve at the crib. Like, you got to bring it. You got to bring it at the stadium. Like it's that serious. It's real. So for some guys, they are two band guy, they're 2 towel guy. that's just to help them feel like themselves and give themselves the most confidence that they need to go out there when they go into battle and perform at the highest level.
Respect.
You know how it was like Mike when my man ain't had them sneakers.
Yeah.
He ain't feel like Mike, and that's for a lot of people. They don't have that one piece, and we very superstitious about our stuff.
So, are you like that with cleats too, or just accessories?
Cleats, man, that's one thing that's really taken off. As well. It's the cleats. Like people are getting very funky and creative. A lot of artists, man, have like built businesses over the years because of it, and it's something that I take pride in too. Like I got to get my cleats painted up. I know 2 years ago I did like a whole Batman theme for the entire year. That was fire. So I really like the two-tone in my cleats. Like I might go one color on one side, another color on the other. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad the league's letting us be a lot more creative when it comes to that. They had us handcuffed for a little bit.
Yeah. Dudes were taking them fine though, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're like,
some dudes just, I don't care. It's prime time game. I'm gonna wear what I want.
Yeah, Odell was like running down the field, like, find me. I'm like, damn, dude, like,
which is fire.
Like that.
I'm trying to keep my checks. Odell's check a little bigger than mine.
That's valid. So we just talked about workouts. We just talked about the fact that you played a little basketball. Do you ever regret like not working on your jumper more? Because if you had, you would have had 82 game day fit picks per season instead of 16 or 17.
I really blame my parents for my height. You know what I'm saying? if I was probably 6 foot, I would have pursued basketball a little more, I think, to be real. But yeah, I probably put the blame on them. Yeah, genetics, man.
You would have been able to play in 82 outfits a year.
That's tough, though. It's hard. That's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Shoot, 16 really be enough, but I can't even 82. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, which I see why they get a lot of the attention, man. I mean, 82 fits, like shit, at least 60 got to hit.
Yeah,
60 of them gonna make the go viral.
They gonna go on LeagueFits. Wait, hold up. So if you guys play 16, now it's 17 coming up, but 16 games a year, you have a week between games. Sometimes there's a bye week. Like, how early do you start thinking about what you're gonna wear to the game? Is it like a Sunday morning thing, or like you lay it out the night before? Like, you know, Tuesday what you're gonna wear Sunday.
Yeah, I try to plan a week ahead. This, you know what I'm saying, got to stay on top. As the week go on, man, it's too much to think about. I'm worried about, you know, how I'm going to cover a dude like Diggs and, you know, how I'm studying Aaron Rodgers, guys like that. So the last thing I need to worry about is, all right, then what I'm going to wear now. If anything, it might be Friday. If I mean like a last minute pickup, I'll dedicate some time, but typically try to stay like a week ahead on the fits.
So Monday morning film session, like you might slightly be thinking about what sneaker you're going to wear Sunday.
Slightly, for sure.
Respect.
Just to get it out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I would be thinking about it Monday because I wouldn't be worried about the matchup, to be honest. I feel like I can lock up Stephon Diggs. Just from a confidence. I don't know why you're laughing right now, but I'm serious. But I mean, whatever.
Well, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good.
Yeah, like I just got to get one haircut and I'm solid. Like,
and you good.
It's a wrap.
You got some defensive background.
Yeah, I got to do more work on that one. But so talk to us about owning a store, back of house. Like, where is that going? What do you see the vision for that going in the future?
Yeah, man. Back of house, man. We started in 2017. We actually were a multi-branded retail shop, and recently have now transformed into a brand of itself. So we no longer will be will carry any other brands of our own. And this kind of started, I would say, about 1.5 years ago. I just took lead and started doing some designing. And so it's something that I wanted to grow into, and what kind of why I started the store in the first place, to be honest. And so in the midst of COVID, when, people barely, have money in their pocket, we put out a few pieces, and the streets responded well, man. They supported and really showed a lot of interest in the brand itself rather than the other brands that were associated with our shop. So I just took a deeper dive and said, I think, we will be better suited moving forward as a brand. And so that's the direction that we're going in. We're actually dropping our first collection this upcoming fall. I'm super excited about what we have in the works. But more importantly, like, I think, in the 3 years of existence, we haven't really pushed out like our brand voice and who we want to be and who we are and who we, what we represent. And so a lot of people kind of ask, where does Bag of House come from, or what's the meaning? And for me, it serves as a daily reminder, that with every opportunity you're afforded, never forget the importance of the process. And the word back of house comes from, let's use a restaurant for an example. It's everything that you don't see, right? It's everything before that meal. It's that preparation, the things that you see behind the scenes before the food hits your table. And I think in life, we tend to focus on the end result, right? Everybody wants that end result. Everybody wants success. But what does it take to be successful? When you look at a Jay-Z or you look at a Beyonce, you see them, you're like, man, they're in this position of hierarchy right now, and they're amazing people, and they have Tiffany, like, how are they able to do all this? But it's the work that they put in for so many years, right? And it's that process that we like to just hone into, and to remind people not to forget that. And that no matter what, the work you put in, man, the more work you put in is the more you get out. Recently we dropped the collection Daily Deposits. Currently wearing the shirt now. It did amazing. And that's the whole focal point, is reminding people that, you got to put in the work day in and day out in order to get that reward at the end. And so I'm excited, man, about, what we're going to push out. I don't want to, give away the theme of the collection, but I think people are going to respond well to it. And, I'm hoping that, honestly, we're around for a long time, man. Like I talked about, those brands that I wore as a kid, I want to bring that same feeling to that next child who's in middle school or high school, back in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Philly, to say, man, look, I remember that brand back of house. This is what they stood for. And I'm just hoping that I can bring that kid the same feeling I had as a child.
That's what's up, man. I love like a brand with a little bit with a real story behind it. You know what I mean? Rather than just like, let's put some flames on the fucking sleeve and turn up,
Put some roses on the hood.
Yeah. That's what it's about, man. It's about storytelling. And I think people are more conscious in how they spend their money, and the value of the dollar. And, people want to support brands that they can relate to. And I feel like, we have a great message that, needs to be shared into the world, and even more, like, the style of the pieces are going to be fire too. So not only is it going to be a great story, but you're going to like what you're wearing, and you're going to feel good about when you wear it.
For sure. We'll definitely tap in. Before we go, I have a question, and it's not basketball and it's not fashion related. But there was a Thursday night game last year where you were on the field for a certain play, and I'm like a diehard Giants fan. But the Giants quarterback, Daniel Jones, ran like 80 yards and he didn't end up scoring. Can you walk me through what happened? Like, through your point of view, like, what did you see that play?
So I was down in the box on that play. And I actually fit the gap wrong on that play. So I probably had something to do with that in the beginning phases. But yeah, man, I just remember seeing Daniel Jones running. I'm like, wait, nobody got him yet? Like he's still running, and like next thing you know, I'm good 50 yards behind. I just see him start stumbling, and I said, man, what is going on here? Like that's got to be the most embarrassing moment of one of the most embarrassing moments of his career. I was in disbelief, but I was glad because he gave us another chance to line it up to be able to stop them. But yeah, I'm glad he didn't score because they would have been running that highlight all season.
Right.
80 yards.
It actually probably ran more now.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, for more of an embarrassing moment for him. But the joke would have been on us if he scored and went 80 yards.
Well, hold up. You actually probably, because you guys won that game, probably won that game by like, even though you messed up your assignment a little bit, but then he probably tripped and that blew his confidence. Like if it just been like a 5-yard run, like it probably would just been like a normal play. Things would have gone on. Maybe they would have won the game, but then his confidence is probably a little bit off. So like technically it was a small L for a bigger W.
You feel me?
I feel you. Well, yo, thank you so much for tapping in today. It was dope. It was really dope to get a little football segment going for the pod.
Man, I appreciate it, fellas.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no
man.
doubt.
Thanks, man. And we're back. Interview was amazing. Shout out to Rodney McLeod. We're going to go ahead and transition to the last third of the episode, which is our mailbag question. For those of you guys who don't know, the highly anticipated album, Donda by Kanye West, just dropped yesterday. So the mailbag question of the week is Kanye West the most fashionable artist in music? I'm going to lob this to my co-host, Ian Pierno. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Well, this is like, there's like an asterisk, right? It's like most fashionable besides A$AP Rocky, right? Like we're all on board that A$AP Rocky is the best dressed musician and probably man alive, right?
Yellow laces in my Vans. Talk about it.
Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, regardless, I think A$AP's number one. I don't even think there's like a debate to have there. Like there isn't one. But I would put, like, now we're gonna get to like the hot take range. Like I would definitely put Lil Uzi Vert above Kanye in like the best dressed male musician category. There was this one Uzi shoot that he did. I'm sure you and I have probably talked about it before. But he did this shoot with GQ and they shot it in like a bodega grocery store. Oh, yeah. You know which one I'm talking about? And he's wearing, in the interview, he talks about wearing women's clothes. He's like, I'm little, so I'm wearing women's clothes, but it's cool because I look different from all y'all. And like, he just carries himself so cool. Like, I think Uzi's, besides A$AP, is definitely the best dressed musician. But what do you think?
He had a really cool quote. Just to piggyback off that Uzi thing, I think one day asked him like, "Yo, why do you buy women's clothing?" And he's like, "Homie, I bought everything in the men's section already." And I was just like, "Damn, that's hard as fuck." I was like, "Yo, don't ever question that man again." Like, but that's hard, dude. But yeah, Kanye best. I don't know, dude. Like, it's maybe last decade, but I don't know about this one. I think when you come to influence, like, the whole Yeezy thing is like kind of oversaturated in my opinion. Like if I see a pair of 350s on the street, like don't make eye contact with me, homie. Like it's just
I hate 350s. Like, wait, I always mix them up. I'm like Yeezy 350. I always mix up 350s and 7. Yeah, 350s I think are like one of the ugliest shoes ever.
They're not good looking at all.
I don't think there's anyone that looks good in like 350s. I think that's like what like accountants buy, so that way they can be like, oh, I have something cool, and they wear. I see people wearing like. Actually, I have a friend who's an accountant. He wears like neon 350s with like khakis.
Oh, the ones that look like the McDonald's like wrappers. You know what I'm talking about? It's so good. Like, dude, get that McChicken off your ankle, homie. Like this shit is gross. Get the
McChicken off your ankle, homie.
What are you wearing, man?
Yeah. So no, I wouldn't say it, but I mean, he does have some influence. So like, I like he's all on like this baggy wave now. And like I love wearing baggy clothes. Like I wear like an XL or a 2XL. So like I like associate with that, but I think there's so many talented fashionable artists that I don't even think he's really in like the discussion.
I feel it. I'm gonna, because I don't even think I answered the question. I think that, and shout out to Ian for putting him on the story. couple days ago.
Yeah.
I still think that Machine Gun Kelly is the best dressed artist in music. That's just my personal opinion. Man's a rock star.
He is a rock star, bro. I was thinking just rappers, and I don't consider MGK a rapper anymore.
No.
Yeah, he's the best dressed rock star for sure. And like, and when I say rock star, I don't just mean like rock music. Like I mean like rock star, because you don't have to play the guitar to be a rock star.
Exactly.
Like
There's
rock
some
stars,
rock stars that are currently in the cubicle right now, but
there's some rock stars in the NBA. I think like Russell Westbrook's a rock star.
Yeah, for sure. Who are the rock stars in the NBA? I don't want to like.
Oh, this is a conversation
Kelly.
to have.
Yeah, this might be
Kelly Oubre, Russell
Frank
Westbrook,
Jackson, Kelly.
Yeah. That might
We'll get
be
back to
it.
y'all on that. Yeah,
I don't know. That might be it.
I think Willie Cauley-Stein is on there.
Oh, James Johnson, rock star.
James Johnson is on there.
Rock star.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman. Whatever. You get the deal. You get the deal.
Yeah, you get the vibe. All right, y'all. That's episode 13. Rock on this week. Yeah. All right, peace.
Yeah. Go follow Survival of the Fitted wherever you get your podcast. Tell them that intern Joe sent you. Click the follow button. Go follow Survival of the Fitted.